All right, good morning, traders. Today is March 13th, 2024. Thank you for being here. My SPY pivot this morning is 513.50. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. Yesterday, SMH, XLI, XLK, XLF, SPY, FNGU, Diamond Dow, and the NASDAQ all made higher highs and higher lows, closing above the bullish trap and over the rising 17 EMAs. IWM, outlier here, made a lower high and a lower low, closing between the bullish trap and the rising 17. Silver and gold, both in uptrends, made lower highs and lower lows while closing inside the bullish traps and over the rising 17s. USO, in an uptrend, printed a higher high, excuse me, and a higher low while closing between the bearish trap and a flat 17 EMA. UNG also in an uptrend, but is about to change that probably today. Closed below the bearish trap and below the 17 EMA. Yeah, the charts are coming in real soon here. US dollar index in a downtrend and consolidating around the 102.90 area. All right, let's go look at some charts. All right, can you see the chart, Kevin? Awesome. All right, so here's SPY. All right, so here we got higher low, higher high. As you can see, closing over the bullish trap and over the rising 17 EMA. All right, so where do we get our pivot from? Let's drill down to the 10-minute. Okay, you can see price action gapped up to this point here yesterday. And then we had a bearish engulfing right there. The bears filled the gap rapidly. And then from there, the bulls came right back and sandwiched the bulls right there. So we gapped up. That would be green. Then the bears filled the gap, and then the bulls came right back and sandwiched the bulls, the bears right there. So we had a bear sandwich, and then we got the follow through right there. So after you see you got a 10-minute uptrend, after you see the follow through on this would be a good time to maybe put on some calls right through there. So as you can see, price action rose up here and made a higher high. Here's the last high, makes a higher high. Okay, that's good news. Pulls back to VWAP, makes a higher low. And guess what? Pressure's on the bulls to produce a higher high again. Okay, so that's what we had this yesterday morning. So to get the pivot, this was the common area right here where the bulls went up and the bears took it down and the bulls came right back to the same area. As you can see, we pulled back to the same area we gapped up to. That makes 513.50 an important number for me. So anything above that, I'm a bull. Below that, I'm a bear. So that's what I'm looking at this morning. That's how I got my pivot right there on the 10-minute chart. Okay, so what else do we have going on? On the 2-day chart, and we're going to pick up the 2-day chart because we have the same MMRP that we were working with back on the 22nd of February. All right, so this right here is resistance right through there. Okay, you see the wick sticking up. This is a 2-day chart. So you get wick sticking up, price action goes up and gets rejected. Price action goes up and gets rejected. So on its way down, the bulls pull a reversal and go right back up there. This time they blast through it. And this is an important factor when you're doing the MMRP or you're looking for it. You want to see a reverse in the price action, and you want to see a break of either support or resistance. For it to be a bullish MMRP, it has to break through resistance. So here's our igniting candle right there. So it reverses, breaks through the resistance, igniting candle. Then they're pause, all right? So we pause for 2 days, a pause candle. Sometimes the pause and the pullback candle are the same thing. They can actually be one candle, and then the price advancement candles commence, all right? But this is the market. They're stunned. They're saying, oh my God, did you see what happened? We just broke through resistance. Did you see that move? That was crazy, okay? They're stunned, all right? So then there's this pause, this arrest. The bulls, push the ball very far, got a couple of first downs, all right? So they need like a little rest, all right? So this is price action resting. Then we pull back and check support. So this is the check support candle right there. So we'll draw that in. All right, then next comes 3 price advancement candles. Now I only count on 3, but there can be more. All right, so here's the first price advancement candle. And what we want to see out of the first price advancement candle, you can pretty much count on it, is a higher low and a higher high. All right, and that's what we're asking of the next candles, that any of the candles that follow it. Now, I stay in this as long as the candles keep producing what I'm looking for, higher highs and higher lows. So here's the second price advancement candle. There's a 2-day it's a 2-day chart, so it's a 2-day pattern. So you can see we make the higher high, bingo, all right, game on, but we make a lower low than the previous candle. But guess what? Support still holds, and the bulls recover the price action. And then what do we get? A third price advancement candle. All right. And then we had a fourth price advancement candle. Higher low, higher high. Guess what we got yesterday? Higher low. Okay. So what am I looking for today? Today's the last day of this price advancement candle. I'm looking for the higher high. So where's the high? I want to see brand new highs come out today. So we'll see what happens. We're up around 516.93. I think we only have to take out 518.20. We'll see how far we get. It's not too far to go, but I'm looking for possible price action up around 520 sometime today, hopefully before noon. So what do we got on the 10-minute chart? So that's our MMRP. Okay, reverses, price action is coming down, and the bulls reverse it. They break through resistance, price action finds support, and then you get price advancement candles to the upside. So let's take that out. All right, let's go to the 10-minute chart. All right, and you're going to see on the 10-minute chart, we left off with a 10-minute uptrend. All right, so we left off with a 10-minute uptrend. All we need to see this morning is bulls wipe out the bears. So if they gap down and the bulls fill the gap and come back up over this red candle right here, the body of that red candle, I can add calls to my long position right over there. All right, if we gap down, if we gap up, then I need to see a red candle, okay, get wiped out by green candles, and then I can add to my long position for my calls. I'm looking for price action to take us up to 520. All right, so the 10-day ATR is 482. I don't expect us to move $5 today, but it could happen. It could happen. All right, so we've got a higher low. So far, we've made the higher high, but I notice this 10-minute trend is not over. So all I need to see is bulls wipe out the bears, so a red candle, and I can add to my position to go and take it longer. And I will stay in that probably until the 3 crosses over the 8 on a 10-minute chart. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for this morning. I'm looking for bulls to run over the bears right there. All right, we'll see what happens. So far, we gapped up. Look, we're up. We're kind of just closing right in the middle here, so we'll see what happens. All right, so, but that's what I'm looking for. That's the game plan this morning. Soon as a red candle is erased, you can get in. They may just consolidate here. We'll see what happens. All right? So we'll see what happens. So let's go take a look at some of the other charts. Let's take that off. Go to the daily. Let's look at the QQQ. Okay, SPY, daily, definitely in an uptrend. You can tell. See the 17 EMA red green dots? They just keep rising. Okay? We're at an important number. 520 is an important number. Same as 500. That's an important number. All right, let's take a look at QQQ. All right, QQQ, higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap, over the rising 17. QQQ, in an uptrend. Everything looking good there. All right, Diamond Dow. Okay, Diamond Dow made a lower high and a lower low, was in a downtrend, didn't break the high yet. So kind of still in a downtrend, but just consolidating through here. As soon as they get over this peak right there, they're back in the uptrend. Okay, they already got a higher low right here. All they got to do is make a higher high. So coming up over here and closing above this number right here, which is actually just taking price up there. 391.61. All right, so there's Diamond Dow. Okay, in a downtrend, but not a very convincing downtrend. You know what I'm saying? Got a lower high, lower low. Take out that high, we're back in the uptrend. Just consolidating. I would think it probably consolidates here, right between 400, 390. It's up pretty high. It's doing good though. All right, but you know it's in a downtrend. It just reversed from being in an uptrend right there. Diamond Dow. IWM. See, IWM was the outlier yesterday. Okay, so yesterday's price action, everything else made higher highs and higher lows. IWM yesterday made a lower high and a lower low coming down here to test the 17 EMA and the uptrend line right there. See the uptrend? This would be diagonal support. So you can see the tail whip off there. So there's diagonal support. So this is IWM. All right, still bullish. All right, we haven't broken anything here. Okay, got a bullish. We just happen to close below the bullish trap, between the bullish trap and the rising 17 EMA. So there's IWM, still in an uptrend. All right, so we did QQQ. Last one, FNGU. All right, FNGU made a lower high, made a lower low, so it was in a downtrend. Then we came in, made a higher high right here, then this high right here, back in an uptrend. Then we turn around and made a lower low, so it puts us back in a downtrend. So they're just consolidating through here, right? So we got a flat 17, yesterday's price action, higher low, higher high, closing over the bearish trap, and over the flat 17 EMA. So we'll see how far FNGU gets us today. All right, so there's FNGU, just consolidating here, right underneath this, probably right around this 320 area. All right, let's take a look at USO. Take a look at the energy markets. USO, higher low, higher high, closing over the bearish trap, actually closing between the bearish trap and the rising 17. USO still in an uptrend. Okay, so USO in an uptrend. UNG was in an uptrend, but it made, in the pre-market, made a lower low, so that's going to put it in a downtrend. Breaking below this low puts it in a downtrend. So if they print a candle that goes below this low, the uptrend is broken, and now they're back into a downtrend. They were just hanging on yesterday. They couldn't break this low yesterday, and it looks like they're doing it now in the pre-market today. All right, so this was in an uptrend until they broke this low. They didn't break it yesterday. They may break it today, okay? But see the price action? We got a higher high, but also a lower low, and we closed below the bearish trap and below the falling, well, kind of a flat 17 EMA there on UNG. Silver and gold. All right, so here's silver. We'll pull back. Want to see it pull back to the midpoint. I picked some up at the 22 level yesterday. We'll see where silver wants to go. Lower high, lower low, closing inside a bullish trap over the rising 17 EMA. Gold is doing the same thing. Okay, GLD. Okay, lower high, lower low, closing inside the bullish trap over the rising 17 EMA right there. So there's silver and gold. We just did energy. Let's take a look at our technicals. All right, T2122. We were in the buy zone, then we fell out, came into the buyer's chop zone, and we started making higher lows right through here on a 15-minute chart, trying to climb our way back into the buy zone. All right, so we'll see what IWM's got in store for us, because this measures all the stocks in the NYSE. That's about 7,000 stocks. IWM's only about, I think that's Russell 2000. So that's about 2,000 of the stocks in the NYSE. All right, T2123. You can see right here, nice work on T2123. Price action comes up, pulls back to VWAP, got a couple of red candles, and then the bulls recover, coming in to print a new high for the day right there. So up, back, and then recovery right there. T2123, nice work there. T2123 3 bar, still consolidating up here. Still got space between our rising 17 EMA and the price action. Need it to get up there. I want to see this thing take out the all-time highs. And the all-time highs are up here, 634, 960. Let's call it 635 up there. So got a little bit more work to do. Like to see it all the way up there. T2123. FNGU. All right, so here's FNGU, rallies up, hits the 200. That's a flat 200 there, comes back to VWAP, and then climbs back on top and consolidates over the flat 200. We'll see if they can hold that this morning. Anytime I see a higher low on FNGU, I'm looking for price action to make higher highs. I'm looking for the bulls to step in and make the higher high. The pressure is going to be on the bulls to produce that higher high. So if you look at the trend indicator balls, okay, we had one red one from the get-go in the morning, and then after that is green from that point to the end of day and well into the post-market there. So there's FNGU. All right, let's take a look at economic calendar. Yesterday was CPI and a Fed statement, well, a Treasury statement at 2 p.m. Okay, CPI came in a little hot, but not too bad. Today, what do we got? We got a petroleum report at 10:30, and then we'll have a gas report at 10:30 tomorrow. Okay. Other than that, mortgage applications at 7, so they're already printed. Tomorrow's price action, jobless claims at 8:30, PPI final demand at 8:30, retail sales at 8:30, business inventories at 10, and then of course the natural gas report at 10:30. Other than that, it's a light day. Friday, what do we have? Empire State Manufacturing Index, 8:30. Import-export prices, 8:30. Industrial production, 9:15. Consumer sentiment at 10. Okay, nothing really chart moving unless these numbers come in way out of line. But for the most part, we should see, after the CPI, more of the same, unless, of course, that was a fake-out direction. So we'll see what happens today. Right, want to see the bulls kind of consolidate and move it up higher. That would be a good sign that it wasn't a fake out. So there's the economic calendar. Earnings. Okay, so we got earnings for Wednesday. Let's go to Wednesday. Lennar is going to report after the close. It's about 88 billion right there. So they got this a Lennar regular and a Lennar B. Nothing really chart moving there. Of course, it might move the home builders index. Other than that, that's it for Wednesday. Thursday, we've got a big one. We got about 250 billion on Adobe. They're going to report after the close as well. Petro Brazil is going to find their P&L and report sometime Thursday. Dollar General, 34 billion. Not a big market mover, but it'll be interesting for that stock. 34 billion on that. On Friday, nothing notable there, although there are some good, some big names in there, but nothing notable that's going to really rock the markets. Monday, PDD Holdings, 153 billion. Not sure about them. Looks like they're a foreign-held entity, and they got to find their P&L, so nothing to worry about there. So the big day is going to be probably Thursday, 250 billion. That would be Adobe. Of course, a lot of the this is one of those weighted stocks in like QQQ or SPY or XLK or something like that. But anyways, that's one of the weighted ones. So that could move the market because it is weighted. So that happens after the close, and we'll find out Friday what happens when Adobe reports Thursday evening. All right, Max Payne for today is 516. Well, we're at 516 now, so, and we got 2-to-1 put to call ratio, so there might be a put squeeze. That would probably get us up to 520. We'll see what happens. All right, so that's the Max Payne for today. Let's go see what it is for Friday. See if they can post it up there. Friday's Max Payne is 493. And I don't think we're going to go there. We'll see what happens. Hopefully we're not going to go there. All right, so there's Max Payne for Friday. All right, so we just did the economic calendar. We did earnings. We got Max Payne. Let's take a look at the U.S. dollar index. Okay, so here's the dollar index making a lower high and a lower low. Puts the U.S. dollar index in a downtrend. We like that. That's good for the markets, all right, to have a downtrend in the U.S. dollar because it makes our dollar weaker. When we have a weak dollar, foreign countries are, we're able to compete with some of the other foreign countries because when they convert their currency to ours to pay us for the products and services that we sell to them, it makes it more affordable. That makes us more competitive. That increases our bottom line to our revenue, and hopefully it reflects on the top line. All right, so there's U.S. dollar index in a downtrend. So here we are moving down this morning. That's good news. That should help assist the markets to move higher right there. So I'd like to see another lower high. I think it's just consolidating at this level. I can see it consolidating right on top of this prior consolidation, probably for a week before moving down through it. So there's the U.S. dollar index. All right, so now I'm going to take questions in the room. If not, I'm going to eat my breakfast and render my video. All right, any questions for this morning? You all know the game plan. Okay, SPY, 10-minute chart. We already have an uptrend. All we got to do is see bulls take out the bears. Green candle wipes out the red one, and we can get in. That's what we're looking for. Right now, market's just moving sideways. No wild action in the overnight. No wild action in the post-market from yesterday. So this is looking good for more continuation. I'm looking for this to keep moving, probably all the way up till maybe 11:30 or 12:30. All right. So somewhere between 11:30, 12:30, maybe a pullback at that time. So we'll see how far they can get. All right. All right. I'm going to have my breakfast, render my video. All right. If there's no questions, if you got something, you think of something, post it in there. All right. I do want to mention this one. Looks like it's winding up to go down. Okay. This is Jazz. And you can see the downtrend line right there. So this looks like it's winding up to drop. See how it's kind of consolidating lower, 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 lower. So I may be looking for an opportunity up here to buy a put or break below these lows to buy a put. We had a false breakdown there. You can see they recovered it in the 10-minute chart. but I'm really looking at this for a short. This looks like it's winding up to go down. So we'll see what happens there. Google, I have one call in Google. I like the wind up going on here. I'd like to see Google made a higher low. Like to see Google make the higher high. So I got one position in Google and AMD. This thing fell out of bed, so I have a bear call credit spread on AMD. It was a long call, and now I converted it to a bear call credit spread. So this does not look like it's going to go higher. I hope it does, but it doesn't look like it. And that's it. What else do I have for positions? I've got silver. I like silver in the trap, and a debit call ratio call spread on coin. And coin looks lower. They failed to make the higher high up here. Significant higher high, so we'll see them probably consolidate on top of this. That's coin. That's it. Other than that, I'm going to have my breakfast and render my video.